Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael Regina. I am the author and illustrator of The Sleepover, the all-ages horror graphic novel from Penguin Razorbill, and I'm working on my next graphic novel. And on my YouTube channel I talk about being creative and making comics and all that sort of stuff. And then recently I've been talking a lot more about role-playing games, specifically things like D&D, Dungeon World, any sort of tabletop role-playing game. And this video is specifically about an opportunity to review the Field Notes D&D 5e or 5th edition notebooks. They were kind enough to send me a set of the books to review for the channel, and I wanted to go through them with you and let you know what's on the inside of them, my thoughts on them, some of the things I love and some of the things that I think maybe these aren't the best resource for me depending on the situation. But for the video today, I'm going to focus specifically on the 5e character journal. Let's jump over to the desk and take a look at what's on the inside. Okay, so let's take a look at the Field Notes 5e character journal. Like I said, this is one that I have been specifically using a lot myself in some of my own games, and so I figured like this was maybe the best one to do an initial review of. I won't get into the specifics of all my own stats here, but these are notes from sessions for a game that I'm currently in, and I found it to be really helpful for me as someone who's looking to do things with paper and pen as opposed to digital tools primarily. So let's dive into those, specifically like what's in these journals. So on the first page, you get a nice kind of quick reference guide where you can have your start date, kind of your important information for how to get back in touch with you if the journal is lost, as well as some quick indexes so that you can figure out where to go within the text. Exhaustion, size categories, gives you some basic reference guides, sort of like you would see like on the back of a DM screen or something like that. Your basic homepage is going to be primarily information that is, details about your character's name, class, subclass. So in the front of these journals, it's really more like your background, your ancestry. It allows you to flesh out who your character is as a person within this world, rather than specific stats or anything like that. So you're looking at your ideals, your bonds, your personality traits, your flaws, and so on. Background details. This is something I probably need to do a better job of in my own characters. I stay pretty cursory and pretty high level. I typically am the GM in the game, so I'm not used to thinking a lot about this stuff, and I'm trying to do a better job of doing that, though. Then you get into your class table. So within the 5e rule set, there are sort of class tables within the rules that outline proficiency bonuses, features, and so on. And you can mark out these as it relates to the class that you've chosen within the game. So pretty handy there if you don't want to have to reference the player's handbook or something. And then you get into your sort of specific stat lines. So you get your stat lines on the side here, your skills. So this is like your character sheet, basically, that first page of your character sheet that you would mark out throughout this page. So this is going to be a high volume page for playing the game. And then your spell casting table. So if you're a spellcaster, being able to reference your favorite and frequent spells and be able to notate what they are, so building your own spell book or something like that and having it compacted into a journal. Additional pages for spell casting, proficiencies and skills, different equipment that your character has, and you can see sort of money conversion tables. Different treasures, so this is kind of cool. So like if you are keeping up with items and so on, you can outline the items and everything you have within your inventory. Downtime and leisure activities for tracking if you're big into downtown activity as a player. And then this is actually the section I found to be really helpful. These would be level 1 notes, or notes that pertain to the different levels your character goes on. I found this to be really useful because I treat it almost like a game log, we're doing milestone view within my game, so I'm able to outline specific notes related to the adventure and the current level of my character and things that happened. Although I think in practice, though, these are really useful, or these were designed more for like Adventures League play. So if you're going around to different places and someone's signing off, because you have the GM sign off here that they agree to whatever the heck happened in that play. So this goes all the way up to your level 20. Yep, all the way up to your level 20. And then you get into sort of allies, hirelings, sidekicks, so where you can put up things like NPCs, other characters you interact with, and different miscellaneous information about them. Faction details, so different NPC factions or things within the game. And then sort of a last section is going to be your campaign notes. So you can lay out notes related to the campaign that you're in the middle of, as well as quotes and notes from the players, and these are just sort of freewheeling pages. And then lastly, behind the scenes thoughts, theories, etc. So if you're sort of like analyzing what's happening within the game, you can put your own sort of private thoughts away from the GM's prying eyes to change things up on you if you're getting close. That's just a joke. And then a session log. Again, this is related to, I think, mostly Adventures League. Obviously, though, you could use it for your own if you wanted to. Lastly, you have the OGL in the back, and then sort of a quick reference guide for applications, combat, alignment tables, ability scores, or ability and modifiers. This is actually pretty helpful as you're thinking through your character. Start your venture right with notes, and you get specifications down the bottom and then a ruler on the side. So just kind of a quick reference guide, just like you have on the front cover. So yeah, like I said, that's the Field Notes Character Journal. I think it's actually pretty useful if you're a player who's looking to get off the digital tools and work with more physical tools. All right, so as you can see with the 5e Character Journal, I think that this one is a great journal for players. If you are a player who wants to get off of things like D&D Beyond or some of the other digital tools, I think this is a great place to go. It's compact. There's plenty of space for some of your note taking and for adding additional details and so on. I highly recommend this if you are playing 5e games and looking to get away from digital tools. Definitely give this a crack. So in future videos, I will be discussing the Monster and Encounter Journal, as well as the Game Master Journal. I'll be doing these journals together, as I think that these work best when used in tandem with a Game Master for building worlds and creating encounters and adventure settings. So more on that in the next video. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed these. This look at the Field Notes guide. Tell me, what tools do you like using for playing games? Do you prefer the digital? Do you prefer physical? I definitely lean more towards loving physical tools myself. I like pieces of paper and pencil and pen while I'm playing. The digital tools out there are great, but I typically feel like if I'm playing a game that I feel like I have to have some sort of digital system to keep up with, it's maybe more complicated than the kind of game I want to play. And sometimes I can definitely feel 5e gets that way. Mostly when I'm playing it with like my kids and stuff, where there's a lot more for all of us to be keeping up with, and I'm trying to help them along. Digital tools really help that be easy for everybody, but I don't really care so much one way or the other. If I'm playing by myself, I can keep up with my own character sheet on my own. It's more of the family play or in helping 3 kids maintain theirs, and then my wife who's also learning. So, but yeah, hope you enjoy this quick review of them. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk with you next time for a review of the other 2. Bye.